Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone who is here today to the 2023 ME member exhibition reception, online reception. And I am joined today by our co-host, Judy Saltzman, exhibition director, and Kathleen Alexander, our awards director. And behind the scenes running the show today is Annie Strack, our webmaster. I would like to thank everyone for joining us today. We are so excited to share with you who our award winners are. And first, what I'd like to do is read my president's message. And as president, I am honored to introduce the 2023 NWS member exhibition. Each year, we celebrate our member artists with a juried exhibition, and this year's call for entries had an unprecedented number of submissions. My heartfelt congratulations to all members who were accepted into this year's exhibition, and a very special congratulations to our award winners for the uniqueness of their creativity that caught the eye of the juror. I am grateful to our guest juror, Dan Marshall, who had the awesome responsibility of viewing the many incredible works of art submitted and selecting those that he felt conveyed the beauty and excellence of Watermedia today. The exceptional quality of artwork submitted made the final selection process a difficult one. It is with deep appreciation that I thank all members who participated in entering this year's contest. My sincere thanks to Judy Saltzman, exhibition director, and her team for their successful management of the membership exhibition. I would also like to thank the NWS Board of Directors, who continue to develop inspiring exhibits and educational opportunities for our members and the general public, and whose dedication to the organization with its rich history continues to strengthen the legacy of the National Watercolor Society. It is my sincere hope that you will be inspired to view this exhibition again and again, as there are many technical surprises and bright ideas to be gleaned from this year's presentation. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Judy, who will read the juror's statement.
Thank you, Stephanie. This is from Dan Marshall. Thank you to the National Watercolor Society for entrusting me with the jurying of the 2023 NWS member exhibition. It was an honor and privilege to put together a show with such an accomplished level of artists that I feel represents all aspects of the medium. The entry as a whole were of such high caliber of artistic expression and achievement of working in watercolor. The sheer number of entries was somewhat daunting, and the idea of taking approximately 900 entries down to about 120 was no easy task. This selection was done with great consideration and the utmost respect to all the artists who submitted their best works. What I have endured to do with the selection is choose the best pieces that represents all the various ways of creating in watercolor, taking the expressions of realism, impressionism, abstraction, figurative, representational, narrative, and anything in between to distill down to an exhibition that represents and encompasses the full range of watercolor techniques, style, subject, etc. I would like to share and demystify a bit of the selection process. As I mentioned, this was very difficult due to the sheer number of entries. In the initial round of judging, the main thing I'm looking for is an elevated handling of the medium, whether an artist is early in their development or have a lifelong career doesn't influence in this first step. This is simply an examination of the quality of the work. At the end of that, I still had around 500 pieces to select from. The next step is to more closely examine the use of composition, design, color, another look at handling the medium, and how these factors are communicating what the artist's intention is. After this process, I was left with around 300 entry pieces that were all deserving of being included. It is also important for me to state at this stage, I am not allowing any of my emotional bias or preferences to enter the selection process, only pure artistic merit. To get the entries down to the desired number of the exhibition, my exclusions became more and more difficult. With the desire to have the show represent the world of watercolor today, I would look at and compare paintings of similar themes and techniques and make my selections to include in the show. The works now are all at a masterful level, and only at this point of selection can I allow personal preference to influence my inclusions. After many, many rounds of viewing and considering each piece carefully, the end result is what you see represented in this exhibition. Thank you all for the inspiring work submitted. Congratulations to the selected artists, and my deepest respect to those who submitted and were not included. I assure you, I entered this process carrying the honor of knowing that for my fellow artists and peers, I would make 125 friends and many people unhappy. This was the highest submitted membership show in NWS history. This made my job so much more exciting, intriguing, and difficult, but I thoroughly enjoy it, and I was very inspired and loved seeing the work that everyone shared. Thank you, Dan Marshall.
Thank you so much, Judy. And now it would be wonderful to see the exhibition. Annie, would you like to play the video? Thank you so much, Annie, for playing that. And thank you and congratulations to all of our artists who were accepted into this year's exhibition. It is our honor now to introduce our award winners, and I'd like to have Judy and Kathleen will be joining me. Our first award will be going to Cindy Welch for Pink Splendor. The ScholARTship Award was donated by Lana Privatera. Lana donated a workshop and a phone consultation. Thank you so much, Lana, for that donation, and a hearty congratulations to you, Cindy, on this beautiful painting's Pink Splendor. And Kathleen, would you like to introduce the next awards?
Yes, this award is the David Winfield Scott Award, an NWS Past President of 1960. The award is $500 and it goes to Andy Evanson. The Swimming Hole, 11 by 15 inches. Congratulations, Andy. Our next award is another $500 award. It's the Watson Cross Jr. Award, NWS Past President in 1953. The award goes to Mike Kowalski of Australia for Sawdust and Splinters, 13 by 17 inches. Our next $500 award is the Pat Berger Award, NWS Past President in 1973. The award goes to Lana Privatera, After the Picnic, 29 by 21 inches. Congratulations, Lana. Our next award is another $500 award. It's the Frank Ackerman Award, NWS Past President 1970. The award goes to Thomas W. Schaller for Afternoon Light, Palermo, 30 by 22 inches. And Judy?
Thank you. Our first $1,000 award in honor of Paulette Beakley Award, NWS President Emeritus, goes to Laura Robinson in Florida, A Party of Three, 21 by 29. Congratulations, Laura. Our next $1,000 cash award in honor of Lowell Spring Award, NWS Past President 2003, goes to Phyllis Feng in California, entitled Waiting, 21 by 29. Congratulations, Phyllis. And Stephanie, would you like to do the honor for the 2000?
Our $2,000 award. The next award is the Robbie Laird Award, NWS President Emeritus 2018 and 2019. This award goes to Stephen Edwards for Butterfly Dreams, 22 by 30 inches. Next, we have the Ken Goldman Award, NWS President Emeritus 2015 to 2017. The $2,000 award goes to Jinggang Sun from China for Warm Home, 22 by 30 inches. Congratulations, Jinggang Sun. And the Denise Willing Bucher Award, NWS President Emeritus 2020-21. This $2,000 award goes to Dean Mitchell for Reservation Relic, 15 by 22 inches. Congratulations, Dean. And I think now we have so many questions from so many members and guests. What is the difference between the ME and the IOE? So Judy, you're the exhibition maven. Why don't you give us the answer to that question?
Well, thank you, Stephanie. And I do get asked that a lot. And it's very exciting to share that with you. So I'm going to talk about the members exhibition, which I call the ME. So the first major difference is there's one juror of selection and awards. It's appointed by the president, approved by the board of directors. And under our current bylaws, this person cannot be a member of NWS. For the International Open Exhibition, also known as IOE, there are 3 jurors of selection voted on by the NWS signature members. They are all signature members. The judge of awards is appointed by the president, approved by the board. And under our current bylaws, this person cannot be a member of NWS. The members exhibition is virtual online, no shipping required. The IOE, that exhibition will be live on display at the NWS Gallery in San Pedro. The artwork must be shipped, either framed or unframed. The artist has the option to rent a frame. The members exhibition is only open, obviously, to our members in good standing. And the IOE is open to any artist 18 years or older. And there is a $25 discount for members. The ME does not count toward your NWS signature. Acceptance into the IOE, the artist, it does count for signature, and the artist may submit additional work for signature to be reviewed by the 3 jurors of selection. And this year we have, we'll be honoring also our master signature members, those people who have gotten in 6 or more times, and our Goldmaster signature members who will be 12 or more. So one of the other differences is with regards to artwork. In the ME, you can enter 2 paintings. 1 is eligible. There's no size or maximum. You can be a diptych, a triptych, anything really is permitted, can be shown, created, in the last 3 years. However, this artwork cannot have been shown in a previous NWS exhibition. The big difference in the IOE is the artwork cannot have been exhibited in any national or international exhibition, including NWS. I get asked this a lot. So if you have questions, please let me know. This artwork is to be new, fresh, exciting for the jurors, the judge, patrons, fellow artists. I'd like for you to think of it as the first edition, kind of the unveiling. For the ME, there is no catalog. For the IOE, of course, we do print the annual catalog, which includes all the artwork, lists all of our vendors, all of our members, and it is mailed within the continental US. And the awards are quite different. And if I can I turn that over to you, Kathleen?
Yes. So our International Open Exhibition, we have purchase awards, cash awards, and merchandise awards. Our merchandise awards come from vendors and art supply companies. Our purchase award, the top prize in our exhibition is the NWS Purchase Award, where the painting becomes part of the permanent collection of NWS. So it's a great honor to have your painting become the purchase award. Let's see, this year so far, we're doing great as far as donations. We're over $45,000 in donations. And if you haven't donated yet as an associate or a master's award donor, please make your donation. It'll make it a lot more exciting to win. So I think that was all I had. So next.
Well, that's pretty exciting what we have for the IOE this year. And this year we also have 3 ScholARTship Awards that are being donated. And our donors this year are Dean Mitchell, Kathleen Giles, and Kathleen Mooney. So these are going to be 3 exceptional donations that an individual artist can receive if you've been accepted into the show and you check that box in your acceptance packet. You will be eligible for a ScholARTship from one of these 3 donor artists. And next, Judy, I would love it if you could explain and talk a little bit about the newsletter and our upcoming exhibitions.
Happy to do so. Thank you. Lorraine Watery, our Vice President and Newsletter Director, has requested that members email her items for the next NWS online newsletter. This could include awards, recent publications, that include your work, special honors, and invitations to solo or two artist exhibition. The deadline is June 2nd. And we do have many upcoming events. As you know, the IOE entry is happening now, and that deadline is June 2nd. If you have questions or need assistance, I hope you'll reach out to the exhibition team. Annie Strack, Kim Granha, and Connie Hendricks and myself are always happy to help. The NWS Royal Scottish Society of Painters in Watercolor International Exchange Exhibition will take place in Edinburgh, Scotland, early January 2024. Artwork size is strictly 8 inches by 8 inches. The prospectus will be posted July 1st with all the details. This is an incredible opportunity to have your artwork in an international venue held at the Scottish National Gallery. And last item is the Leslie Lambert will be holding 2 workshops, Discover the Joy of Poured Watercolor and How to Varnish a Watercolor. The date is August 19th for both. Details and registration are on the NWS website.
And Kathleen, you're going to talk about our social media
Yes.
program?
Yes, so we are posting on Instagram and Facebook. Your paintings in this exhibition will be showing up soon. And we post updates on the shows, the workshops, thank yous to our vendor donors and our patron donors. So if you haven't already subscribed to or signed up for our Instagram or Facebook, please do that.
Thank you, Kathleen and Judy. And I invite all members and guests here today to subscribe to the NWS Stream YouTube channel. We have 24 videos up that you can see there, exhibition videos starting from 2017, which is when we started that channel. And visit our website. The NWS website is kept up to date. Annie Strack does a lovely job making sure that it is lively, fresh, and new. And there is also the members page. And as a member, you can sign in and look at that members page and see what kind of specials some of our vendors are offering to NWS members exclusively. So in closing today, I would really like to recognize our volunteer board of directors, everyone who is on the board volunteers their time and their talents to be a part of this organization and continue leading it into the future. There's Lorraine Watry is the vice president and newsletter director, Judith Silo, our secretary, Dina Altman, the treasurer. Diane Chincharik is our membership director. There's Judy and Kathleen, who are with us today. Gabriel Stockton, who is the publicity director. Annie is with us today behind the scenes. And Lana Cease, the education director. And you can reach any of us by going to the website and filling out an email on there, and Annie Strack will direct it towards whatever board member you need to be in contact with. So I thank all of our board members for the the fun and exciting work that they do. And congratulations again to all of our award winners and to the accepted artists who are in this exhibition and took the time to enter, create awesome work to make it so very difficult for a juror. So we love it actually when the juror has a hard time picking a show, because that means every piece entered is just outstanding. And I'd like to thank my co-hosts, Kathleen Alexander and Judy Saltzman, for joining me today, and Annie Strack behind the scenes for running the reception today. And I'd like to thank each of you for joining us this morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever is your pleasure, wherever you are, for the reception. And congratulations once again to everyone. So I hope you have a nice weekend, and we'll see you later.